Okay, IDS 302, welcome to Module 2. It is Sunday, March 20th at about 12:22 in 2022 in apartment 2220. That's saying a lot. Yeah, I'm uh, back home in my place watching Liverpool and Nottingham Forest, hoping Liverpool pulls it out, and trying to squeeze in some NCAA basketball for sure. So, anyways, getting to it. This could be a 30-minute job, so I guess I shouldn't waste any time, huh? Let me change glasses. I'm just going to go with straight readers so I can see what the heck's going on here. Um, okay, so let me talk about the intros. It's always nice to meet my students, um, and you to see me, I think, and it was great. Every semester, I know less and less songs. Uh, you think somebody could post something that they used to listen to with their grandpa or something, but nah, I got a couple of them, I think, on this one. So it was good to hear of all the diversity across the board of students and location and interest and age and et cetera, concentrations, what have you. So thanks for that. I think some people, might have been confused about the peer responses and didn't do them because they either thought they had a couple days or and I'm sorry if I didn't make this clear enough, but in the um, even in the last video, no late quizzes was about at the 13 and a half mark, and no late discussion board responses was at the approximate 1340 mark. And it's also in the syllabus. And I wanted to recognize that because some don't do it that way. Most do, some don't. But I was pretty clear. I'd like you to be um, collegial enough that you'll maybe post your main post a little early so people can get responses in, okay? Because it's really not fair. And I keep one due date because I'm not going to go one due date for the main post Friday and peer responses on Sunday. Then I got to score all these things at different dates. It's not going to. I have to double check everything. It's not efficient for anybody considering you just got to do some responses and post. It's really not that big of a deal, okay? So please do that. Now, if you didn't do that, it's not that big of a loss, okay? This course is worth like 1,050 points. If you didn't do responses and lost 20 points, big deal. You still have 1,030 points available. You only need 900 for an A. And it's obviously an A shouldn't be free anyways, right? So I think we're okay. Um, yes, we had somebody drop out of the course because they felt that that was just too much to take. So that's the way it goes. I'm sorry about that, but I want to get us off the ground quick. Having said that, let's talk about the topics. Good job, bad formatting. Either didn't follow the instructions completely with the research question, what have you. But of course, I'm letting everybody resubmit it. If I didn't give you 50 or 49 or 48, you resubmit it. I'll get you your 50 or 49, 48. Do it right. We got it going on. I want to be really persnickety now, so I don't have to do this later, right? So if you didn't do the proper Times New Roman 12-point font double line spacing, I require that. It's in the syllabus. It's on the assignments. Everything. Okay. It was it's more or less in the syllabus quiz, APA formatting. So please do that. All right. It's a freebie. You could just resubmit it, fix and resubmit. All right. So that's what I'd like to see there. In terms of the topic, there is in the instructions a part that says important. All students are assigned the overarching research question as follows. Quotes, what are some of the opinions, perceptions, and experiences regarding blank revealed in a survey of random adults? Notice the grammar in that. What are some of the opinions, comma, perceptions, and experiences regarding blank, comma, revealed in a survey of random adults, question mark. This is your research question. And if you look to Leedy, the reading we had, Leedy was very specific in saying how important a very clear research question was. And it's true because you'll notice we could say, what are the opinions, perceptions, and experiences? Okay, what are we doing? We're saying that. We're saying we're going to find them all. What are some, instead of what are some of the opinions, we're not we're claiming we're not going to find them all, but we're going to find some of the opinions, perceptions, experiences regarding what? Climate change, sustainability, domestic terrorism, current public student debt, blah, blah, blah. By the way, you don't have to capitalize your topic unless it's proper noun. Okay, and then, so what are some of the opinions, perceptions, experiences regarding the pandemic? That's it, right? No. Is it some of the opinions, perceptions, experiences regarding the pandemic according to the CDC, according to my mother, according to adults between 20 and 30? No, it's revealed in a survey of random adults. Okay, so data is coming from a survey of random adults. We're already saying what the data collection process will be and to whom. Random adults. Okay, it's not random ASU students, it's random adults. All right, that's very clear and it has to be that way. You need to include that in your topic paper, and then as you go forward, it's going to be on your cover page. This is why I provided you a sample of the research topic paper that has the question right there. What are some of the opinions, perceptions, and experiences regarding the criminal justice system revealed in a survey of random adults? That must be copied word for word except for the topic. You put your own in there, right? Your concentrations or those you expect to use, okay? And remember, we're going to be using 3 of them, okay? So I'd like you to choose those. Now, capitalize disciplines. That's very important in this class. It allows us to see and to know, to differentiate disciplines from regular words, okay? So if I say, there's that business up the street, the word business is not capitalized. But I say that I'm going to have, here's a textbook on business, then that's a capital B, business. We're talking about the discipline, okay? All right. So and then the next thing I would say is that, so capitalize disciplines. Next thing I would say is to be sure your choices are disciplines. They are concentration / disciplines. In this case, I'm using them interchangeably. And when I talk about that, it means a separate silo of knowledge, which is what a discipline is. Okay. Can you get a degree in it? Then it's probably a discipline. Okay. If you can't get a degree in it, it's not a discipline. Okay. It's a subfield or a dynamic of something else, right? So make sure you have disciplines that use 3 of them, okay? Remember that I'm always available for phone call or email. Sometimes for phone call so I can talk instead of writing all this out, okay? But definitely don't spin your wheels and say, I don't even know what he wants. Drive me nuts. Well, just send me an email. Say, can I set up a phone call? 10 minutes, 15 minutes. I'm available, okay? Now, let's keep going here. So that's pretty much it. The sample is right there, as well as I added a sample beneath this one of what the entire paper looks like, what it's going to look like when you're done. It's pretty cool. You'll see there is a cover page. It's the only cover page I want, by the way. This is important too. No cover pages, no abstracts in this entire class till the very end. Then you just do a simple cover page. There's no graphics, there's no color, there's no italics. Notice this cover page. This student chose integrative research through Tanner's 5 steps. Opinions, perceptions, experiences regarding CBD products revealed in a survey of random adults. Frankly, I think she's going to just put what are some of the perceptions, opinions, perceptions, and experiences regarding CBD products revealed in a survey of random adults. That's it. You're going to have a table of contents. Look and see what that's the final paper. So I want to make sure, can we hear it? You can't hear that, can you? Okay. I want to make sure that you have some idea about the big picture as well as the week to week. Don't micromanage and say, well, I'm just going to look at my ASU calendar. What's due today? Nothing. I got nothing. Need to know the big project here. And then bring it down into your segments, your weekly segments. Okay. Now, in terms of, let's just say Easter egg number 1, I'm going to go with capitalize the disciplines. Okay. So be clear on this. The word discipline is not capitalized unless it starts a sentence. I don't want to confuse you. Capitalize the disciplines, meaning if you're talking about mathematics as the discipline you're going to use, then capitalize mathematics wherever you use it. All right. Okay. Again, if you're using business as a discipline, capitalize business. All right. So that's what I mean. Okay. So Easter egg number one, capitalize the disciplines. Now, so think about your question, the research question everybody has. What are some of the opinions, perceptions, and experiences regarding blank revealed in a survey of random adults? That gives you an idea of what you're going to be doing, right? So at some points in this course, you're going to put together a survey. You're going to collect data. And then you're going to take a look at that data. You're going to correlate it. You're going to look at it. You're going to interpret the data, and you're going to decide what it means. Okay? To do this, that's because, remember, again, real research takes a long time. We're doing very crawling style research in the crib. And it's still challenging because remember what I talked about, research is additive. And by the way, research doesn't prove anything really, right? It supports certain hypotheses, but research does not proof. They were researching the shape of the world in, the 1200s and it was flat. They proved it, right? No, they didn't. Then they were researching the universe and that we were the center of it. The universe, we were the center of it. They were wrong. Okay. So Liverpool leads. Okay, so now we have understanding of research, that it's different from what we used to do in high school. And this is where that Leeds paper is so important. I took that Leeds paper, by the way, out of this book, Practical Research. This used to be the textbook for this class, okay? It was very difficult because you know why? It introduced you to everything. And it didn't give you a chance to actually apply your interdisciplinary inquiry skills. It just gave you a chance of seeing all this. And even that cover is just scary. It's like Inception, right? So it talked about every kind of research. It's great. It really is. But it's just too much right now. It's more of a resource book than a textbook in this class. But it'll talk about quantitative, qualitative, ethnographic, all kinds of different research types. But the first 7 pages are so good, I had to take them and put those in here. And so when you look at the Leedy paper, The Nature and Tools of Research, they're talking about research and a research paper and what research is not. Okay, research is not merely gathering information. Yes, we say it, it's okay. I'm researching a new car. I'm researching a trip. Yes, fine. But at this level, research is not merely gathering information. So a 6th grader comes home from school, tells her parents, teacher sent us to the library today to do research. I learned about black holes. No, you didn't. I mean, yes, you did, but it's not research at this level. Research is not merely rummaging around for hard to locate information. Just because you found it doesn't mean you discovered anything. It was there. That's more an exercise in self-enlightenment. Research is not merely transporting facts from one location to another. Okay? Fact organization is another word for fact summarization. Okay? So what research is a systematic process of collecting, analyzing, and interpreting data in order to increase our understanding of a phenomenon about which we are interested or concerned. People often use a systematic approach when they collect and interpret information to solve the small problems of daily living. However, we focus on formal research. So remember, there's differences here. We're doing university level research. This is what builds the buildings from research. This is what gets grants, The researcher begins with a problem, an unanswered question related to a topic of interest and concern, analysis of a phenomenon, an artifact, what have you. This is the topics I've given you. Okay, we're trying to start general. We'll get specifics in a bit, but okay, the researcher clearly and specifically articulates the goal of the research endeavor. There it is. A research problem specifically and clearly articulates. So what are some of the opinions, perceptions, and experiences regarding blank revealed in a survey of random adults? We can't take on giant questions because researchers don't do that unless you got a team somewhere that has got a millions and millions of dollar grant, but you're not going to solve climate change, the effects of climate change in Phoenix. I mean, there's no parameters there. You can't do it. What are your parameters? So think critically, think deeply about this. This isn't about just gathering information and writing about it so that you're self-enlightened. We'll get to that later. So it's very important to read the 7 pages talking about what research is and what research is not. Some of this gets a little deeper than even we're doing because they're explaining research at a university level, at a more experienced university level, okay? So that's important to know. Now, let's step back and talk about the quiz and about, is the quiz due today or tomorrow? It's due today. Gosh, I can't talk about it, can I? The quiz, but let's talk about the IRB. We had a whole module about this IRB. If you read through that, okay, and listen to what I talked about on that, you'll know that you cannot research certain vulnerable groups, okay? You have to get institutional review board approval. They meet every 6 weeks or so at the university. We don't have time to do that, right? I've talked about that. So we need to go with simpler topics, okay? So, do I say so a lot? I guess I do. Okay. By the way, read the comments that I leave you in your assignments, your submissions. I leave comments there many times, even if you get 100%. So if you get 100%, you see 100%, you go, okay, I'm done. I don't have to look at that. Please look, because I might have let something slide. I might have said, hey, please in the future do this, or I'll deduct points. But for this time, I'm gonna let it go, which I've done now in this topic thing. So please read my comments. I have a voice in my comments, like you have a voice, like we have a voice right now. We have a voice when we're texting, we have voices, okay, we're writing. So I may use an LOL in my, comments, a TBH, whatever. Okay. Doesn't mean we're using those in papers though, right? So when we're conversing informally, cool. If it's formally like in the papers, not cool. Not that that's happened, but I'm trying to look ahead, okay? And looking ahead, I will say, let me move this up because I'm going to talk about it now. I should not see any I, me, or my, or we. No pronouns, unless you're talking about they or something with the random adults. But nothing about you, and definitely nothing about we, as in you and a team or whoever it is. There's no we here, okay? There's no royal we. There's just you. You can stay out of it. And this is the tremendously hurtful thing I have to say. Why don't you get to appear in it? Because nobody cares. And this is why. If you look at any of these books, textbooks, what have you, let's look at, let's say the textbook for this class, integrative study. Nah, it's not a good example. He is a little more informal. Most textbooks, okay? Most textbooks that you'll see, let's picture a history textbook from high school or whatever. When you're reading that as a high school student, you probably never read. And this next chapter is about the Civil War. I always wanted to study the Civil War. And in this case, we're going to look at the Civil War from this point of view that I've always been interested in, where we're talking. And so there's no I, me, and my in your, no I, me, my, or we, because it's okay. You got to talk in third person. This is about the topic. Okay. In the same way that I want you to minimize, try to eliminate your biases in research until you interpret the data. Don't go out there looking for, I'm going to take these gun advocates apart and this Second Amendment's got, I know nobody's going to do that, but this is where I'm going to the extreme. Yes, if you did gun rights, gun control, you can choose one of those two, because gun rights kind of leans towards the 2A, unconditional support of any kind of weapon, and that's fine. That's what it leans towards. Gun control leads more towards regulation, certain restrictions, and certification maybe. So, those two kind of, even though you're not going to use any biases, you're still going to collect the data and make your survey questions a certain way, and I'll explain that way down the road, okay? So Easter egg number 2 is no I, me, or my, parentheses, no pronouns. You can do it. It's a great challenge, and it makes your writing that much more scholarly, and it's really impressive. And you can do it. Once you do it, why is pronoun spelt wrong? I don't know. Oh, no, there it is. Okay, so Generally speaking, work efficiently. If you're running into any trouble, send me an email. If you're working after 8 o'clock at night, I probably won't answer until the next morning or when I get up in the middle of the night like old men do. So I did some rearranging of things. I actually removed an assignment in the last module so you don't have to do it. I increased points for other things to keep this course moving along for you where you're working on your main project, but there has to be some side things. So if it's a quiz or a discussion board, I'm trying to make it worth your while. The entire course now is worth 1,050 points. And remember that 900 equals an A. So if you do the math, 900 divided by 1,050, you need an 85.7% to get an A in this class. That's embarrassing for me. I shouldn't have met that many, but I did. Too bad. So it gives you room to work. You don't have to freak out. If you can't do something, you didn't do it, then you didn't do it. You don't have to apologize. You're not offending me. I didn't go to college till I was 52. My GPA in high school was 0.8. I am not being offended. You need to do what you need to do when you need to do it. Yes, there are some ground rules. Yes, there's possibility for flexibility depending on when I'm notified. But overall, remember, it's total points here. We're not talking about your percentage. I just gave you an idea that you don't have to be perfect to get an A in this class, okay? So work that way. So your topics, keep them coming and redoing, and we'll get that done. And the entire direction of the research, again, it's a simple project. We're identifying a topic, right? We're creating a question that reveals what we're going to do. It shows what we're going to do. It shows the parameters, right? Some of the opinions, perceptions, experience revealed in a survey of random adults. Okay, that's what we're doing. Now, as we move through, we're going to follow those Tanner's 5 steps. Step 1 is coming this week, and then 2, 3, 4, and 5. So 1, 2, 3, and 4 are going to be separate individual papers following their steps. Step 5 will be putting it all together. And you have more time to do that, and you'll have more points available to do that. I think I just gave the final paper 150 points. So just remember that these papers, 4 steps, 100 points each, are a grade level each, and the last one's a grade level. So grade level and a half. So look at that final paper sample. Get an idea where you're going with this. You're going to find out. Don't start letting your mind wander. Okay, it's a very tight process of research in the crawling stage. You're gonna follow the steps. The first step that's coming now is this us? There it is. Step 1. Okay. So, anyways, let me go before I just get to that. I guess in module 2, you got a lot of IDS 401 information. I just posted it from what they give us. Look at these options for IDS 401. I think it's very helpful in you in deciding what works for you. Applied study, directed study, research fellows, humanities lab, questions if you have that. Just look at all those, okay? Then you've got the module 2 learning materials. Now, this is a repeat mostly for module 1. I want to make sure you get this. You get a chance to look at this, okay? All right. So the chapters are different. The chapters, I think, but Meath is in there. Yeah, there's some different ones in there, I guess, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so this is just important to get through these things. And then I have links here for, optional things, links for formatting, all right? Don't freak out. This is about learning something at college. I didn't learn how to format a paper like this till I was in my 50s. You can do it now, I promise you. It's not that difficult, okay? I will help you. I'd be glad to help you if you get a hold of me. There's a writing center, ASU, that would be glad to help you. Set up an appointment online. They'll be glad to help you. There are cases where I'll let you resubmit, but that doesn't mean be careless the first time, because if I tell you to resubmit, I'm not telling you what the answers are, basically, okay? I use Purdue OWL because it seems to work well in the past. The discussion board is now 40 points. I think it was 30 when I made this. Take a look at it. It's self-explanatory. There is no responses required here, okay? I just want you to get some idea. In fact, I want to make sure you shouldn't be able to look at anybody else's until you post yours. Minute. So user must post before seeing replies. I'll do that one. Okay, and I'll save that. And this is not a Word doc. If you want to post a Word doc, you probably can, but otherwise, just do it organized. Do 3 separate, let's see, did I say 3? I don't know how many I want, but put a line gap between them. You don't have to do paragraph indents on discussion boards that are a pain in the butt, but just put line gaps so I can see what you're writing. Use different, subsections. I mean, just don't give me one big blob, or I am going to deduct it really a lot if it's one big blob. Okay, help me out there. All right. Questions? Let me know. The quiz is simple. Question 1, question 2, 15 points apiece. The first one is a matching question for disciplinary perspectives, intradisciplinary, multidisciplinary, cross-disciplinary, interdisciplinary, transdisciplinary, matching. Okay. The second one is a short answer, 150 to 300 words, looking for use of terminology and concepts from the readings. Do not copy from the dictionary, encyclopedia, or Wikipedia ever, ever. None of your papers should ever feature anything with a pedia, no dictionary, no encyclopedia, no Wikipedia, no nothing. Okay, you are on the inside now. You're an academic. You have tons of peer-reviewed literature out there that you use. You don't use those things. You don't use Investopedia. You don't use newspapers. You use things that are academically sound. Okay, so let me get to step 1. Be thorough. Depth is rewarded. Brevity is not. Okay, you're going to write about your topic. You've got 3 subsections, okay? Here are 2 samples, okay, of step 1. Look at the samples. Look, I don't use rubrics. I'll use a sample, okay, of excellence. You can look at another final paper again, another final paper to see what they got for 100 out of 100. Now it's worth 150, okay? Remember, it's a Word doc only. It's Times New Roman 12-point font, double line spacing. Put your name on the paper, prefer running head. No cover page, no table of contents, no abstract at the end. Paragraphs, pronouns, no extra line spaces. I mean, yes, it's just about presenting. It's when you go out and buy a house, curb appeal, right? You want it to look good when people come in. And then when people come in, they want to smell chocolate chip cookies cooking or whatever. It's about presentation and content. Okay? So if there's a question on that, let me know. But this is due next Sunday. Now, it's worth 100 points, a grade level. So overall, you had 150 points in Module 1. I don't know why I still have the old one when I had intro. You had 150 points in Module 1. Now you're going to start with 180 in Module 2, then 190, 190, 180, 160 for 1,050 total. How exciting is that? Keep in touch. Let me know if there's an issue, something going on, something I can help with. I would be glad to. I really will. Okay. I think that's it. Let's just do Easter egg number 3. And let's just say formatting matters. Formatting matters. So if you're struggling with that, just let me know. We can get you through it. This course should be a point of pride in your academic career. And I know you can handle it, okay? So just let me know where I can assist, and have a great week. That's it. Forks up. Peace.